Microsoft counted how many times the average worker gets interrupted in a day. 275. That's once every 2 minutes, which is, coincidentally, about how long you'll last before checking your phone during this video. So I stopped fighting it. I hired a staff, 4 AI agents, built in Claude Cowork in plain English. One reads contracts so I don't sign anything dumb. One builds my slide decks. One runs my mornings. And one argues with me, on purpose. By the end, you'll know how to build all 4. And which one to build first, tonight, in about 90 seconds. No code. If you can type, you're qualified. Here's the map. Think of them as your first 4 hires. The translator turns any contract, lease, or policy into plain English before you sign it. The producer takes your messy notes and hands back a real PowerPoint file. The chief of staff reads your inbox, checks your calendar, and plans your day before you're out of bed. And the sparring partner rehearses the conversations you're scared of out loud until you're not. We build easiest to hardest. The one that talks back goes last. It's worth the wait. Agent 1, the translator. Here's a real kind of document, a gym membership contract. 16 pages for a gym. Open Cowork, start a new task, drop the document in. Now, the mistake everyone makes is typing "summarize this." A summary makes a confusing document shorter. It doesn't make it safer. In a contract, the trap is always in the details, and summaries skip details. That's the whole point of a summary. So instead we say, read this document carefully. Find the fee structure, the obligations, the deadlines, the exclusions, and anything that makes me liable. Build me a table with 5 columns. What it says, what it means in plain English, why it matters, the risk level, and the question I should ask before signing. And look at what comes back. Row 4. Membership auto-renews every year, and canceling takes 30 days notice, in writing, by certified mail. Certified mail. In 2026. That's not a gym. That's a hostage negotiation. One boundary before we move on. I don't upload truly sensitive stuff. Medical records, personal financials. The agent doesn't need to know everything about me. Nobody does. Agent 2, the producer. This one turns the pile of notes you already have into something you can actually present. Cowork on the desktop can work inside a folder on your computer. Point it at one, drop in your rough notes. Bullet points, half sentences, that one paragraph you wrote at 11 p.m. Then the ask. Here are my notes. I'm pitching this to the CFO. Build me an 8 to 10 slide deck for a 15-minute pitch. Ask me questions if anything's unclear. And it does ask questions, which is how you know it actually read your notes. Then it builds. And what comes out is not a wall of text pretending to be slides. It's a real PowerPoint file, sitting in the folder. Double-click, it opens in PowerPoint, and you edit it like any deck you've ever made. Now you direct. Slide 3. Cut it to 3 bullets. Make the opening cleaner. Kill slide 7 entirely. It rebuilds while you judge. You're the director. The agent does not get creative control. It hasn't earned it. The reason the file is real. Cowork uses skills, little instruction sets for specific jobs. It ships with PowerPoint, Word, Excel, PDF. And here's the bonus move. Hand it your company template and say, turn this into a skill. From then on, every deck comes out in your brand automatically. Your designer will assume you've grown as a person. Agent 3, the chief of staff. This is the one that runs your morning. If you've been here a while, you watched me build the email half of this already. Cowork reading my whole inbox, sorting it into piles, drafting the replies. Full video linked below. Today, that agent gets a promotion. We connect Google Calendar the same way we connected Gmail. Open Customize, click Connectors, and Google Calendar is sitting right there under Popular. Click Connect. And when Google shows you the permission screen, read it. Actually read it. If letting an AI into your calendar makes you slightly nervous, good. That instinct is doing its job. Start read only. Draft, never send. Now the prompt. Look at my calendar for today and tomorrow. Compare it against the urgent emails you found. Tell me 3 things: what conflicts, what needs prep before a meeting, and what can wait. And this is the moment it stops being 2 tools and becomes staff. The email side and the calendar side are talking to each other. It catches that your 2 p.m. needs a deck you haven't opened. It notices 2 meetings want you in 2 places at once. Run it by hand for a week. When you trust the output, schedule it. Every weekday, 7 a.m. From then on, your day is already sorted before your coffee is. The lesson underneath all of this? Agents earn responsibility the way people do. Slowly. First, it shows you the work. Then, it does the work. Then, eventually, you let it act on its own. In that order. We don't hand out promotions here. The last agent is the strangest one, and it's the one I genuinely miss the most. Before I show you, if any of these 4 saves you an hour this week, subscribe. It's 1 click. The agents can't do it for you. I checked. Agent 4, the sparring partner. Some conversations you only get 1 shot at. The interview, the raise, the pitch. 93% of people say job interviews make them anxious. And the fix that actually works, according to the same survey, is rehearsing out loud. So we build a rehearsal room. Give it everything. The job description, your resume, the company background. Then tell it who to be. You're the hiring manager for this role. You're sharp, a little skeptical, and you've read my resume. Interview me. 1 question at a time. Push back on weak answers like a real interviewer would. And here's the move that makes it real. Don't type. Talk. Voice mode, on your phone, on a walk. You speak, it answers. You interrupt it, it pushes back. A real conversation with someone who never gets tired of your practice reps. When you're done, break character. Interview's over. Now you're my coach. Where did I ramble? What should I have said? Give me 3 better answers to the question I fumbled. Then turn up the heat. Make the next interviewer tougher. Make it the CEO. Some executives rehearse entire board meetings this way. 1 agent per board member. Yes, it's that useful. Last step, turn everything we learned into a 1-page prep card. That card goes with you into the real room. The goal was never scripted answers. It's reps. Musicians rehearse so they can improvise on stage. Same idea. Lower stakes wardrobe. So that's the staff. The translator protects your signature. The producer turns your notes into real files. The chief of staff hands you your day. The sparring partner gets you ready for the rooms that matter. And underneath, every single one was the same sentence. The job, the tools it can touch, the shape of the output, and the leash. The leash is the whole game. You decide what gets handed off. You keep the judgment. The machines can have the busy work. They've earned that much. Your homework is one thing. Build the translator tonight. Grab any contract you've already signed, drop it in, run the table prompt, it's in the description, 90 seconds. Worst case, you finally find out what your gym actually charges you. Subscribe for the next build. And if you run a business and you want all 4 of these installed for you, done for you, inside your own company, that's literally what I do. Systemprompt.co, link below. My chief of staff will make sure I see your message. That's not a joke anymore. That's just staffing.